Blackheads are open comedones, which means a pore, a hair follicle, becomes congested with a mixture of sebum, skin oil, and dead skin cells, and the dark color is most often oxidation of that material at the pore opening when it contacts air rather than dirt. So preventing blackheads is not about scrubbing harder, stripping the skin, or squeezing constantly, but about keeping the follicle lining shedding normally, keeping sebum moving outward instead of thickening and stagnating inside pores, removing daily buildup thoroughly without damaging the skin barrier, and minimizing chronic irritation, friction, and occlusion that trigger inflammation and rebound oiliness. Prevention that truly lasts is a calm, repeatable system you can follow consistently for months, because comedones form gradually and resolve gradually. And many people need 8-12 weeks of steady care before the pore environment changes in a durable way, with deeper congestion often improving over longer timelines when consistency remains high. The two most common traps are overcleaning and overtreating. Overcleaning happens when people chase a squeaky, tight feeling using hot water, harsh soaps, aggressive foaming cleansers, alcohol-heavy toners, and abrasive scrubs, which strips protective lipids, increases transepidermal water loss, and creates microscopic inflammation. Irritated skin often produces more sebum and sheds cells less normally inside follicles, which increases the tendency for plugs to form, so stripping does not prevent blackheads, it often fuels them. Overtreating happens when people stack multiple exfoliants and irritants at the same time, causing burning, redness, and peeling that looks like progress but actually makes the follicle opening more reactive, increases inflammation, and can worsen the cycle of congestion. A prevention routine should feel sustainable. Your skin should feel comfortable after cleansing, not tight. Products should not sting persistently, and the plan should be simple enough that you can follow it even on busy days, because consistency is what changes comedone biology over time. Start with cleansing because barrier stability is your foundation. Cleanse with lukewarm water rather than hot, because heat increases irritation and redness. Use fingertips rather than rough tools. Massage gently for about 20-30 seconds. Rinse thoroughly and pat dry rather than rubbing, because friction inflames the follicle opening and can worsen congestion over time. The goal is clean and comfortable, not tight and stripped, and a cleanser should remove excess oil and residue without leaving stinging, tightness, or that rubbery squeak feeling. Morning cleansing depends on your skin and environment. If you wake up shiny, get oily quickly, sweat at night, live in humid heat, or use heavier nighttime products, a gentle morning cleanse can remove the overnight sebum film that traps dead cells and can help sunscreen apply more evenly. If you are dry, sensitive, or feel tight after washing, a water rinse or a very mild cleanser in the morning may be better, so you do not begin the day with barrier stress. Night cleansing is essential because sunscreen, makeup, environmental particles, and layered products accumulate and mix with oil. Repeated, incomplete removal is one of the most common reasons. Blackheads persist even when someone is using treatments, because residue adds waxy material to pore contents and makes plugs more stubborn. So treat your evening cleanse as the anchor habit that supports everything else. If you wear long-wear sunscreen or makeup, or if your face still feels slick after cleansing, use a gentle double cleanse at night. First, an oil cleanser or micellar product to dissolve sunscreen and makeup, light massage, no harsh rubbing, then a gentle water-based cleanser to remove residue. Done gently, this is often more effective and less irritating than scrubbing with one harsh cleanser, and it reduces the urge to over-exfoliate to compensate for leftover residue. After cleansing, the most evidence-based pore-targeting over-the-counter ingredient for blackhead prevention is salicylic acid, also called beta-hydroxy acid, BHA. BHA is oil-soluble, which helps it penetrate into the pore lining to loosen the bonds between dead cells, reduce the stickiness of debris, and help clear and prevent plugs. It also has anti-inflammatory properties for many people and can reduce oily shine. A leave-on BHA product around 0.5% to 2% is typically sufficient. What matters is frequency and tolerance, not maximum strength. Start low and slow. Apply a thin layer to blackhead-prone areas 2 to 3 mornings per week for 2 weeks, then increase to every other morning if comfortable, and only move toward daily use if your skin stays calm, meaning no persistent stinging, no prolonged tightness, and no raw, painful peeling. If you experience irritation, reduce frequency and increase moisturization rather than adding more exfoliation, because irritation makes follicles more reactive and can worsen congestion. Pushing through severe irritation rarely improves outcomes and often delays progress by forcing you to stop entirely. If you cannot tolerate salicylic acid, consider a gentler alternative that still supports normal keratinization and calms inflammation, such as azelaic acid. It may not feel as immediately pore clearing as BHA for some people, but it is often better tolerated and can still reduce comedonal congestion over time, especially in sensitive or redness-prone skin. And tolerance matters because consistency is the main driver of long-term results. The second cornerstone is a nighttime retinoid. Retinoids normalize follicular keratinization and reduce microcomedones, which are the earliest invisible stage of blockage that later becomes a blackhead. This is why retinoids are so effective for prevention and long-term maintenance, because they address the root process that creates plugs. Where available, adapalene 0.1% is well studied for acne. Retinol or retinol products can also help, though potency varies by formulation, and technique matters more than the label. Use retinoids correctly to avoid the most common failure mode irritation leading to stopping. Apply at night to completely dry skin. Damp skin increases irritation. Use only a pea-sized amount for the entire face. Prevention is field treatment, not spot treatment. Avoid the corners of the nose and mouth if you are prone to irritation. And follow with moisturizer. Introduce gradually. 2 nights per week for 2 weeks, then every other night for 2 weeks. Then increase toward nightly only if your barrier remains calm. If you are sensitive, use the sandwich method moisturizer first, then retinoid, then moisturizer again, to improve tolerance while still gaining long-term benefit. Mild dryness or light flaking can occur early, but intense burning, swelling, cracking, or a persistent rash indicates irritation rather than a helpful adjustment. In that case, pause actives for several days, focus on gentle cleansing and barrier repair, then restart at a lower frequency. Many people fail with retinoids not because retinoids do not work, but because they start too aggressively, get irritated, quit, then restart aggressively again. Prevention is built on patience and steady escalation, and the most successful long-term users treat dryness as a signal to slow down rather than a signal to quit. One of the most important principles in blackhead prevention is avoiding active overload. Stacking multiple exfoliants and irritants, BHA plus strong AHA plus exfoliating pads plus scrubs plus high-strength vitamin C plus frequent clay masks often inflames the skin, disrupts the barrier, and paradoxically makes pores clog more by increasing irritation and abnormal shedding. It also makes it hard to tell what is helping and what is harming. Most people do best with one pore-clearing active, like BHA, and one long-term comedone preventer, a retinoid, supported by moisturizer and sunscreen. If you add anything else, add only one change at a time, and give it at least 1 to 2 weeks to judge tolerance and benefit. Moisturizer is not optional, even for oily skin, because barrier stability determines tolerance and consistency is what clears pores over time. A compromised barrier can make skin look both oily and flaky, feel sensitive, and clog more easily. Choose a moisturizer that matches your skin. Oily and combination skin often prefer lightweight gel cream or lotion textures. Dry skin may need richer creams. Prioritize non-comedogenic, fragrance-free, or very low fragrance formulas with barrier-supporting ingredients such as glycerin, hyaluronic acid, panthenol, and ceramides. And consider niacinamide only if you tolerate it well. The goal is not to eliminate sebum. Sebum is normal and protective, but to prevent sebum and dead cells from becoming trapped and oxidized in pores. Balanced, comfortable skin tends to clog less and tolerates treatments better. Daily sunscreen is another non-negotiable step, especially when you use BHA or retinoids, because ultraviolet exposure increases inflammation, slows barrier repair, worsens uneven tone and texture, and can increase sensitivity. Sunscreen also helps you stay consistent with actives by reducing cumulative irritation. Choose a broad-spectrum SPF 30 or higher you can wear daily. If a sunscreen seems to contribute to congestion, switch the vehicle rather than skipping sunscreen, because texture matters. Lightweight fluids, gels, and non-comedogenic oil-free formulas often work better for acne-prone skin. Removal matters as much as selection. If you wear sunscreen daily but do not remove it thoroughly at night, residue can build up and mix with oil, so treat removal as part of sunscreen success rather than blaming sunscreen itself. A simple, high-success daily structure looks like this. In the morning, gentle cleanse if needed. Apply BHA on scheduled mornings to blackhead-prone areas. Moisturize, then sunscreen. At night, cleanse thoroughly, double cleanse if you wore heavy sunscreen or makeup. Apply retinoid on scheduled nights to dry skin. Then moisturize. Keep BHA and retinoid separated by time of day at first to reduce irritation. Add rest days when needed. Cleanse, moisturize, sunscreen only rather than forcing daily actives through irritation. Rest days often improve long-term adherence and results because they keep the barrier stable. A practical ramp-up plan is weeks 1-2, BHA 2 to 3 mornings per week, and retinoid 2 nights per week. Weeks 3-4, BHA every other morning and retinoid every other night if comfortable. Weeks 5-12.